come down on everybody.
Right.
That's what some U.S. policymakers are pushing for, and that's what we're diving into today.
That's right.
We've got these excerpts from some articles outlining a big shift in how the U.S. is thinking about crypto regulation.
Yeah.
Especially now with like the new Trump administration and all the changes in Congress.
Very interesting times.
So get ready for some serious power shifts.
Oh, yeah.
We'll hear a little told you so from crypto advocates.
A bit of that, yeah.
And we'll glimpse into what this could mean for your crypto investments.
Yeah, so, for a long time, the U.S. government has been kind of skeptical of cryptocurrencies, right? Especially the SEC.
Right, the SEC.
They've basically had this come in and register approach.
Right.
Meaning crypto companies need to just adapt to the existing financial regulations.
Which doesn't always quite work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not always a perfect fit.
And like all that ambiguity has caused some serious issues.
Yeah.
Look at Coinbase.
Coinbase, yeah.
They sued the SEC.
Right.
Basically saying like, we want to follow the rules,
Yeah.
but you got to give us a clear playbook.
Exactly. It's like
playing a game without knowing all the rules.
Exactly.
Totally.
And so this is where someone like Senator Tim Scott comes in.
Okay.
He's been pretty critical of the SEC.
Right under Gensler.
Yeah, under Gary Gensler.
Yeah.
He says their lack of clear regulations has actually driven blockchain innovation overseas.
Wow.
He said their refusal to provide clarity forced projects overseas.
Yeah.
And now Scott's advocating for what he calls a tailored pathway for digital assets.
Interesting.
One that focuses on consumer choice,
Got it.
education, and protection.
So break that down for me.
Okay.
What does a tailored pathway actually look like?
So it means creating regulations specifically for digital assets, recognizing their unique characteristics and how they actually work. It's not about forcing crypto into existing frameworks,
Right.
but establishing like a new set of guidelines that promote responsible innovation while protecting investors.
I see.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Instead of trying to fit a square peg into a round hole,
Right.
we're building a new hole specifically for that square peg.
Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty big deal that Senator Scott is now like heading up
Right.
the Senate Banking Committee.
So he's sharing it.
Right. That gives him a ton of power to shape policy.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus, there's that dedicated subcommittee just for crypto now,
Right.
led by Senator Cynthia Lummis,
Senator Lummis.
who's a known Bitcoin advocate.
Yes, big Bitcoin fan.
Right.
So having someone like Senator Lummis leading that subcommittee,
Yeah.
it's huge.
Right.
It shows that policymakers are taking this industry seriously.
Yeah.
And they're really trying to craft legislation that fosters innovation, not stifles it.
Some critics, though,
Yeah.
argue that even with the best intentions,
Mm-hmm.
regulations could stifle innovation.
Oh, for sure. It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
The key is to find that balance
Right.
between protecting investors and letting innovation flourish.
Yeah.
Because, overly burdensome regulations could definitely hinder growth.
Yeah.
But well-crafted regulations could actually boost the industry
Right.
by providing clarity and legitimacy.
Yeah.
It's about finding that sweet spot.
And it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about Trump's influence here.
Right.
He seems to be backing all these crypto-friendly lawmakers.
He does seem to be.
Yeah.
And it aligns with his previous stance on wanting more flexible crypto regulations.
Right.
He seems to see the potential of this technology.
Yeah.
And he wants to make sure it thrives in the U.S.
Totally.
Yeah.
And over in the House, there's the new subcommittee on digital assets,
Right.
financial technology, and artificial intelligence,
Mm.
chaired by Rep. Brian Steele.
Yeah.
And importantly,
Yes.
Rep. Tom Emmer as vice chair.
Rep Emmer.
Emmer's been a big critic of Gary Gensler and the SEC's whole approach.
Oh, yeah, he has.
Yeah.
His position is really significant
Yeah.
because he's been pushing for a more balanced approach to crypto regulation.
Right.
He's argued that the SEC under Gensler has been too heavy-handed
Yeah.
and that their actions have stifled innovation and hurt American businesses.
Right.
His influence on this subcommittee could mean big changes in how the House handles crypto legislation.
So let's bring this all back to our listener.
Yeah.
What could this actually mean for them?
Okay, so imagine a world
Okay.
where pension funds, which
Yeah.
are usually very cautious,
Right.
feel confident enough to put some of their assets into Bitcoin
Wow.
because there are clear regulations.
Okay.
That's the kind of impact we're talking about.
Wow.
Increased institutional investment could lead to way more crypto adoption
Right.
and big market growth.
What about beyond investments?
Think about user-friendly platforms and services popping up,
Yeah.
making it easier and safer for everyday people to use crypto.
Right.
It could even mean paying your bills with Bitcoin
Wow.
or getting your salary in Bitcoin,
Yeah.
all within a clear regulatory framework.
That's a huge shift.
It really is.
Yeah.
This could be a pivotal moment,
Right.
not just for investors,
Yeah.
but for the future of finance.
It's pretty exciting.
It is.
Keep a close eye on these developments, folks,
Yeah,
because they could have ripple effects way beyond what we can imagine today.
totally.
It's a reminder that we're still in the early stages of this technology.
We are.
And how it all evolves really depends on the regulatory landscape.
100%.
We'll definitely keep you updated as things develop.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned.
Yes, sir.